Mobile Legends.
Here we are for match point over for the Auroras as TNC Pro Team tries to pull one over them to force us into Game 3.
I like the fact that, we get a little bit of a different setup, of course, for TNC this time around. I do want to see if they can have a better game this time around. Not to say that the early game, last game wasn't good. They can replicate that. They get a better snowball here this time around, hopefully, but they maintain it. I want to see that improvement from TNC and hopefully have less mistakes this time around for game number 2.
Which on the contrary is, you're right, Aurora is playing a very similar lineup to last game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you don't have to change much, especially, looking at things here like the Hitman turning into the Grokman. Like, he's got that allowed. The Wild Chargers, the setups that he's known for are going to be there. Edward's pretty much doing the same thing with Edith. And that's what you can expect from RORA's lineup here. And the same thing, Domeng, this is a signature pick for him. I know we don't see Claude too often from other teams, but Domeng, this is a signature pick, and you have to keep track of him if you're TNC.
He's been playing Cho on a professional level for the better part of 2 years. This young man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Looking at the mid lane, again, Yue on the Valentina. That's a straight mark goal!
Well, that's already a great start. First blood going to the hands of Kaizen here.
Hitman.
He's gone.
I mean, there was a very similar situation in Game 1, wherein TNC tried to rotate on to Domeng. They now know that as a practice in fail. It's a frail approach.
Frail approach, yeah.
He knows what's up. So they tried to catch Renegade. Whoa! Escalera, the clapback.
Yeah, well, there's a 1-for-1 basically at that point. Both, kind of roamers getting taken care of before the first turtle's going to get taken too. Kaizen will be able to secure it up, and now I'm not sure if they're still going to be looking for more possibly from it. They get the objective. Right now, TNC off to, once again, a similar start from the previous game. Nothing too crazy, though. Pretty much even in terms of economy.
I think TNC are slowly and very quickly at the same time learning on the fly. Renegade. Whoa!
Renegade could be in trouble once again. Yeah, Kaizen. Good timing there from Escalera to call that, too, for Kaizen. And this is the best thing about a Hayabusa. You get 2 early kills, you're pretty much set for the early game.
It is snowball. Escalera trying to bother Demon Guy, kicking him out of range. Where's this purple buff going? The retribution.
Uh-oh. Escalera, should he be able to get away? I don't know. One hit. Whoa! How? Escalera, they can't catch him. Not enough range unless.
Oh,
Renegade. I thought if he picked him up with the Guardian's Bear, I would have been like, wow, that was not expected.
I mean, Renegade is one of the prolific Chos in MPL Philippines, so he would know where to hide. He would know how to get away and where he would put himself if he was that low running away from an enemy squad. But yeah, no, I was saying TNC is learning on the fly, given that they don't have to force anything. They can just take targets, take wins from the map as they come and not force them with the threat of running out of gas. I think that's what happened in Game 1. Like, they kind of burnt out, and they kind of got gassed. And then eventually, when Aurora found that window of opportunity, that golden window of opportunity, they took it.
Yeah, they took it. And that's what I'm saying. You take a lineup like this, I feel like when I look at it, it's like, all right, we set ourselves up for early game to get the gas going again, but I'm just wondering, does this lineup give enough gas in the tank to get to the long game? I think that's always the question with TNC.
I think at this point they're running like 60, 70, because again, Kaizen's sitting at 2-0 at 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is a good pace. They're putting it on cruise control, and basically it's on autopilot up until they can go for more without forcing anything.
Yeah. And if they wanted to force something, it actually, like, Heads can do it again. I would say even better to an extent. On this Turizla, we've seen so many, good team fights going in favor of the teams that have the Turizla with them. Playing around the penalty zone. You can see this going to start up, though. It's going to be Escalera. Look, could not find Demon Kite that he was looking for, but the penalty zone's going to find the targets down here. Demon Kite gets the objective, and Heads has to flicker out. Escalera goes down.
And all this while, Kaizen committed Grand Theft Purple, trying to take one on Domeng!
Good trade. Kaizen gets another kill, 3-0 now. A lot of gold here on the top, too.
It's a great trade.
Yeah, Renegade's a little bit too late. Nearly all the gold, but look what's happening on the other side. Trading that gold plating both sides of the map.
So far, so good, because TNC were almost running away with 1,000 gold ahead. prior to that engage, prior
Yeah.
to that minute-long sequence. And now it's tracked out about 500, 600 across the board. So I think Aurora are also happy with what they walked away with. Maybe the only thing that they were hoping is maybe Doming didn't die. Because again, a gold lane death this early on, it's never a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. You know, but them getting the kill in the hands of Kazin there like that, and you know, Domeng trying to farm up on this pod. You know that he needs the Trinity. Look at this already. On the Blazing Duet into the Zaman Force. Both roamers also waiting in the whims here. A couple shots more for Kozin. Gonna get forced back to the turret, but look who is joining the fight here.
Oh,
I'm not sure if they pressure it any longer. Heads is now part of the fight.
it's a 4v4. Gentlemen!
This has to break out. Dominator's Ascent going to be used too. They get the stun out on Yue. Yue
Oh!
uses his
He's
own
burning, he's burning! He's
to
burning!
escape. I don't think he will go down.
He's fine.
He's all right. Man, that was a whole lot of focus here in the gold lane.
It's a lot of aliens.
Yeah.
And again, it shows that Yue, after playing the Zaska game, wait, it's a duel!
Little assassin 1v1. Kazin not able to connect on Demon Kite. Just a little bit off there.
Max range shadows.
Max range.
Talking about now the exchanges, the trades so far, because of how TNC are trying to find these big, in their minds and on their clock, they've gone into it. Oh, we'll talk about it later. Kozin dropping the Z-Force.
I think they just pressure him off. Yeah, they get the turret.
They push it. All right. In TNC's mind, then again, I would assume so properly,
Yeah.
rightfully so, they have to speed it up because, again, Aurora are also slowly building up to a mid-game power spike.
It's the same thing as last game.
Yes. So, but I'm hoping now that they're able to do it without, and he comes the kick!
There's a kick, Way the Dragon right on target as they take out Edward. TNC able to find a kill. That's going to happen every single time. Escalera does have that available.
Luckily, it's only really happened to Renegade often, to Edward this time around, and then earlier on Domeng. Once.
Yeah.
So Aurora can count their blessings and say, you know what, that might be the last of maybe the 2 more kills that TNC is going to get on us in the early to mid. As for TNC, again, they're not crossing the river as much, not until there's like 3 or 4 members ready.
Oh.
And wait, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa! Whoa, Renegade was waiting in the bush for that purple take from Kazin. Wild charges, and then look who's there to clean it up. Demon Kite! He'll be able to escape after assassinating Kazin.
All right. What are you to do if you don't even really cross the river and your opponents are waiting there? That is Hitman things.
That is.
See, he was waiting in the corner, and he knows his contract. He knows the target was Kazin. That's a shutdown! I was just about to wonder how many stacks on that Sky Piercer. Does he even have the Sky Piercer?
No, he just picked it up before that. So, like, he had the Sky Piercer a little bit before getting assassinated, which is tough, right?
That resets it then.
Yeah.
Sadly, and look at that cross map. The reward for Aurora, a push by Doming. The TNC will equalize though and take down this Tier 1 in bot.
All right, trades here happening, and you know, going back to it, this is what you were talking about. RORA looking to swing things here at the 8.5 minute mark, getting a little bit of a favor in terms of gold. Nothing too crazy, but TNC, how do they stop this from swinging too out of control? You know, they've been relying on Escalera to get these picks off with the Way of Dragon kicks, combination with the flicker, but leading into this Lord, this is where it's really crucial.
Maybe that's one of the keys, the TNC's mid-game regaining of control. Don't rely just clearly on Escalera. I think Aurora knows that TNC wants to do that, so maybe try to get Heads involved. Look, Heads hasn't really been a part of much of these fights.
Yeah.
He's always like, I'll hold the bush, I'll hold the bush. All right, maybe not. Looking for the flicker. Penalty zone, looking for the conceal off cam kill on Doming. What?
Oh, Doming, Escalera taking a brunt of the damage from Demon Kite. Kicks him away defensively. Now he doesn't have that ability available for this Lord dance. A couple members low also from RORA. Right now, TNC trying to set up this front side.
Oh!
Kazin not going to go in, doesn't have the shadow kill available.
Kazan's very vindictive right now. He did not expect to die earlier on right after he picked up Sky Piercer.
Yeah.
So now he got one of the best prizes an assassin could get in any game of MLBB. Killing the gold laner.
Yeah.
All by his lonesome.
All by his lonesome. Escalera
Uh-oh.
trying to keep Renegade in check here. Heads now joining the fight too. There's the kick, the Way of the Dragon.
Z-Force.
Looking for the follow-up. Penalty zone going to be dropped down as well. Renegade taken out of the picture. Down a roamer for RORA. And now Demon Kite waiting in the whims, looking for Lancey. Dominator's Ascent can save him, and now Demon Kite's in trouble as Lancey will punish him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a flicker comes out. Edward tries to pick up a kill and will get punished as well. Kaysen picks up a kill and makes his way for the Lord. A clear sign for TNC.
God, what have you done? You fell for the Cho, and now TNC has the Lord. It started with Escalera, fancy footwork.
Yep.
All right, look at this, and then off
Boom.
camera, it was first Doming taken down, and then eventually DK said, you know what, we need to get something back. I'm gonna burst down Lancey, and then Lancey kills him, and then next thing you know, Edward is overextending, and then it led to that free pick-off one more time. What was that, a minute-long sequence that led to TNC's clean Lord take?
It was a good overlapping of the utility that they brought to the fight. You mentioned this even before it broke down, man. Heads had to do something too. His penalty zone off that way, the Dragon, was what really locked down the key targets for them to lead to the advantage they had. And look at this, Kaysen once again putting the pressure with the shadow kill. Can't get UA though. They have the Lord now in the mid lane. Should be able to take care of these tier 2 turrets. TNC in their favor. Game number 2, looking to knock on the base turrets of RORA.
Look at this. For the first time in this whole best of 3, game 2, TNC in full control. 11 minutes in, about 3,000 gold ahead. They're forcing Aurora to try and punish them for pushing in deep. TNC gonna hold their ground, maintain control, and see, I think that they understood that, all right, around this time in the game, around this pace, Aurora's gonna try to look for the same conceal play, the clapback. Yeah. This is what happened in game 1. TNC's like, no, we won't.
Learning from game number 1, I'd say, you know, for the most part.
They're so fast on the pickup.
Yeah, the way that they're playing this one. Looking for it once again. Double trouble here under the tier 2 as Demon Kite goes down. Escalera trying to escape. He's going to get away with his life somehow. Into the penalty zone they go, forcing him down. Renege's gone, and TNC comes striking back as UA's in trouble as well. 4 down for Aurora. It's only Domeng versus the full force of the Phoenix. TNC takes out the turret, and now they get primed and ready to lock down the base. TNC will get game number 2.